Wisdom is the ability to use knowledge, experience, and understanding to make good decisions and to effectively navigate your life. All men should seek to become wise. Wisdom helps you avoid unnecessary mistakes, see situations clearly, and make decisions that lead to a better life. But wisdom does not happen automatically. Some men grow older without ever becoming wiser. Wisdom must be developed deliberately on purpose. Here are 8 ways men can begin developing wisdom. Number 1, read biographies. One powerful way to develop wisdom is to read biographies of people you admire and people you may detest. When you study the lives of great leaders, thinkers, innovators, business owners, and activists, you begin to see the decisions they made and the consequences that followed. You learn what discipline, courage, and perseverance look like in real life. A wise man studies human behavior because other people's lives can teach you lessons that would take you decades to learn on your own. Number 2, seek mentors. Another way to develop wisdom is to build relationships with older people who themselves are wise or accomplished in some area. Older men and women have lived through experiences you are only beginning to face. They've already made mistakes, learned lessons, and gained perspective on things. Find elders you respect. Ask them thoughtful questions. Listen more than you talk. And sometimes one piece of advice can save you years of unnecessary struggle. Number 3, study proverbs and wise sayings. These are so good because they condense generations of experience into a few powerful sentences. You've heard them. Even a broken clock is right twice a day. In the abundance of water, the fool is thirsty. Measure twice, cut once. When you study wise sayings, you expose your mind to timeless lessons about patience, discipline, humility, and responsibility. Number 4, reflect on your own life. Experience alone does not produce wisdom. Some people will repeat the same mistakes over and over and over and over because they never once just stopped to think about their life. Wisdom develops when you reflect on your experiences, when you give them serious thought. What worked in my life? What didn't work? What could I have done differently? When was I blaming other people when I should have been taking responsibility and accountability? What lessons do these experiences teach me? Because self-examination like this will sharpen your judgment. Number 5, closely observe people and patterns. Certain habits lead to progress. Other habits lead to problems. Wise men pay attention to these things. Observe how people behave. Notice how certain decisions they make lead to certain outcomes. Pay attention to the relationship between discipline, focus, time, money management, and success. Pay attention to the relationship between poor habits and the consequences of those poor habits. Number 6, travel and gain perspective. Another powerful way to develop wisdom is through exposing yourself to different people, places, and cultures. When you travel, you realize the world is so much bigger than your block or your neighborhood. You see how other people live. You see different ways of thinking and solving problems, different foods, different music. Travel expands your perspective. It also challenges some assumptions you may have had, and it broadens your understanding of the world. Number 7, learn from your failures. Every man experiences failure and defeat. Every man makes mistakes. The difference between a foolish man and a wise man is how they respond to failure. They're going to ask questions like, what went wrong? What lesson can I learn? What will I do differently? Failure can be a powerful teacher if you're willing to learn from it. Number 8, keep a wisdom journal. Wise men write down the lessons they learn so they don't forget them. A wisdom journal would be a notebook. These would include your writings about your different experiences and what you learned from them, ideas that you got from books, bits of advice that you get from your mentors. And over time, this journal becomes a personal record of your ideas, but also of your growth and your transformation over time. If a lesson is worth learning, it's probably worth writing down. In closing, I should say, wisdom isn't just reserved for priests, philosophers, or scholars. Wisdom is available to any man or woman who's willing to put in the work to learn, observe, reflect, and grow. Read the lives of others, seek mentors, study wise sayings, reflect on your experiences, observe patterns in life, travel and gain perspective, learn from your mistakes. And remember to record the lessons you discover along the way. Because at the end of the day, wisdom is not about knowing everything. It's about learning how to make better decisions, learning how to navigate life. And for this reason, every man should be striving to become wise. Wise O.G. out.